A parrot flew out of Lisa's ear, leaving her mother utterly shocked and speechless. Little did she know that the parrot was actually the Grim Reaper. As she reached out to catch it, the parrot suddenly grew hundreds of times larger. They collided violently, knocking each other out cold. When the mother regained consciousness and learned what had happened, she pleaded with the Grim Reaper to let her spend some time alone with her daughter. The parrot agreed, but had barely made it to the garden when the mother launched a surprise attack. She grabbed a dictionary and furiously beat the parrot until it was completely knocked out. Then, she doused it with a bottle of high-proof alcohol, intending to burn the parrot. After the flames died down, the mother dug a hole to bury the remains. To her surprise, she discovered that the Grim Reaper was still breathing. Without hesitation, she snatched up the charred parrot, shoved it into her mouth, and frantically chewed before swallowing it whole. She thought the ordeal was over, but little did she know that a disaster had just begun. The world outside had descended into utter chaos. Without death, billions of flies swarmed the entire city. Even those laid to rest couldn't find peace in death. Yet the mother enjoyed blissful moments with her daughter, but the inevitable always arrives. One day, Lisa noticed a headless bird frantically crashing into the window. It dawned on her that her mother must have killed the Grim Reaper. She confronted her mother, and as they argued, the mother's body began to transform. She rapidly grew to over 16 feet tall, nearly bursting through the roof. The next instant, she shrank to the size of a sesame seed, and the voices of the dying echoed in her mind. A fly landed near her hand. With a gentle swat, the fly died peacefully. The mother instantly understood everything. Since the parrot had died, she had to take on the role of the Grim Reaper. She carried Lisa on her back, and they traveled far and wide, relieving the suffering of poor beggars, sending dying buffalo to heaven, and putting an end to the agony of those with terminal illnesses. They eventually reached the seashore, where the mother sent off a group of crabs. Suddenly, she felt that this work was immensely meaningful. Just as she was about to continue, a wave of nausea hit her. The parrot inside her stomach flew out through her throat. The mother knew it was time to say goodbye to Lisa. She made one final request to the Grim Reaper, to let Lisa return home and pass away with dignity. The parrot agreed once more. This time, she was powerless, forced to watch helplessly as the parrot flapped its wings and took her daughter's life. At that moment, a part of her died too. From then on, she kept herself busy every day, trying to forget her sorrow, but to no avail. Until one day, the parrot returned. She thought it had come to take her away, but the parrot said it was just visiting. Together, a woman and a bird watched the beautiful sunrise. The parrot mimicked her daughter's voice, comforting the mother and helping her emerge from her grief, embracing life with renewed positivity. When facing death and separation, as long as we treat each other with sincere love and companionship, the relationship never truly ends. It lives on in our hearts, giving us immense strength.